After a visit to Ghana, Natty Samuels wanted to educate people in Oxfordshire on the cultural history of Africa. To do this, he opened his own African school to show people a different side to the culture.
Basically because there's a massive gap, a massive imbalance as far as cultural education goes. When people think of Africa, people tend to think of, it tends to bring up negative connotations, bloodshed, dictatorship, civil war. So I want to balance things up and take people back before colonialism and before slavery, and just show them that the way they had developed societies here in Europe, there was also developed societies in Africa.
He believes schools should introduce African studies into their curriculums, as it will help bring communities together.
The great objective that cultural education becomes a part of the standard curriculum. I mean, I'm hoping it will break down a lot of the kind of the hearsay, the gossip, the stereotypical thinking. You know, and the more we know about each other, that's got to be better for community cohesion and understanding. We get to really celebrate that word diversity. So rather than it being a buzzword that we can pass around, it sounds nice in our mouths, it can actually be something that we can actually bring into reality.
Schools across the country take part in cultural learning, but Natty says the bulk of their education on African studies takes place during the Black History Month in October.
I think there's an improvement than when I compare it to when I was at school, but still it's not enough. I mean, it tends to happen more in October when it's Black History Month, and people tend to think, oh, we do something in Black History Month and that will be enough for the year. And it might just be a workshop, and it tends to be a workshop around drumming. So there is, I think there is an improvement, and there are certain teachers in certain schools who are they've set themselves a mission to upgrade cultural education, but it needs to be more widespread.
He hopes to bridge the gap and continue the studies throughout the year.
Just hoping to continue to deliver courses as much as possible. And as I say, rather than whereas it tends to happen in October, I'm hoping that it will happen throughout the year. So like say maybe when it's the International Women's Celebration in March, I can go and deliver sessions on black heroines. When it's when I have the commemoration for the war heroes, I can go in and deliver sessions about the black contribution to the fight against fascism. So there's so much that can be incorporated into mainstream education.
After 8 long years, the school now has a permanent home in Blackbird Leys, where pupils can go to if they need to borrow a book or ask for further information. Kirstie Chambers, That's TV.